Alright guys, this video is a little different than what I normally post. This style of content I'm testing out on my channel is more story-based, behind-the-scenes stuff from real jobs I've been on. If you like it, let me know by hitting the like button, dropping a comment, and hitting subscribe. I post several times a week, and I've got a few other crazy stories like this one lined up. So let's get into this. Let me set the scene for you guys. So it's the middle of winter in Alaska. It's brutally cold, snowstorms back to back, and I get a referral from a client that I really trust, like a solid client. He always pays on time. You know, he's pretty awesome. He says to me that there's this guy that could use snow removal. He's running a church that's now kind of like a shelter for people, I guess. And to me, that sounded like a good cause, right? I figured, all right, I'll help him out, especially if he's doing something positive for the community. So I head over there, and that's when things start to feel off. I pull up to this old church building. It's still clearly a church, but it's been halfway turned into some kind of a flop house. There's junk out in front. I'm sitting there getting ready to plow, and I notice something. People are coming and going constantly. In the 30 to 40 minutes I was there on site, I saw at least 10 different people enter and exit the building. That's not a normal shelter. That's high traffic, no questions asked kind of a situation. But that's just my opinion, and I can only say what I saw. Then it got weirder. I'm doing my job, trying to focus, and I glance over and I see this guy in a parked car, window cracked, just casually smoking crack. Not even trying to hide it. It's the middle of winter in broad daylight, but he doesn't just sit there. He gets out of the car and starts walking towards my truck. I'm in the middle of a push, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I do not want to talk to this guy. Anyways, I'm watching him get closer and closer. He comes up to my window and he leans his whole body on my brand new truck, my 2024 GMC. And I, at that point, am livid. I am just livid. He's sitting there like he's gonna just chill there for a couple minutes. So I roll the window down just a few inches. I say, hey man, can you not lean on the truck? Super calm and respectful. I didn't want to escalate the situation, but in that moment, I was on high alert. I slowly opened my center console, pulled up my gun, and I just like slid it under my leg. It's just low enough that, you know, my truck sits high, so it's low enough that I can pop it open, slide it out, and put it under my leg. So that's what I did. That's how sketchy I felt. I mean, it was definitely not a normal situation. I've never done that before while plowing, but my gut was screaming and I just wanted to be prepared because I didn't know what was gonna happen, right? Young kid pulls up in a $100,000 truck, crackhead comes to window, right? What could go wrong? Anyways, I finish the plow and I get out of there like I normally do. I send my invoice and a couple days go by and nothing happens. No payment, no message. I reach out, no reply. I reach out a couple more times, and after 2 or 3 days, he finally replies and says, yeah, I'll just pay in cash. Meet me at this bowling alley. Now listen, there's only one reason people pay for services at a bowling alley, and it ain't because it's convenient. It's because they don't want a paper trail. I told him straight up, nope, I don't accept cash. I don't do meetups. You need to put a card on file like every other client. Now this was my mistake. I should have done that in the first place. Anyways, then he hits me with the guilt trip. I'm helping people. I don't have a lot. You should be more understanding. And I do understand. I'm not heartless, but I run a business not on sympathy. I run it on making money. I've got trucks, fuel, employees, and insurance to pay, and repairs. And at the end of the day, my business is not a charity case. I'm offering a service and it has a real cost. Eventually, after a bit of back and forth, he gives in. He puts the card on file. I charge him for the invoice, but I made it crystal clear. If you want any more work, the card stays on file. I do not bend the rules, not anymore, not after that situation. And that was it. I never heard from him again, probably found someone to take cash under the table or some guy, but it wasn't gonna be me. This job stuck with me, not because it was sketchy, but because it reminded me of how important it is to protect yourself. Business is business. You can be kind, you can be understanding, but you can't compromise on your safety, your system, or your standards. This guy might have had good intentions on paper, but in reality, he was disorganized, unreliable, and put me in a position where I literally had to arm myself while working. That is not a client that I want to work with. And if you're out here running your own business, you need to have boundaries, clear policies, no bending for people who make you feel like you need eyes in the back of your head. So yeah, The crackhead church client, that was definitely one of the weirdest, sketchiest jobs I've ever been on. What started as me trying to help someone out turned into a reminder that every client needs to respect the rules no matter who they are or what their story is. If you've ever had a wild client story, I want to hear it. Drop it in the comments below. Hopefully nothing as crazy as that. And again, this is a new video of mine, so if you liked it, please be sure to like and subscribe. And shoot me a follow. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good day. Stay true to your rules.